Our next speaker is another one of our amazing, outstanding, tremendous fellows. This speaker, I actually have not had the opportunity to meet in person yet, but I have had the opportunity to hear such incredible and great things about this person from Don Wasserman, who is our faculty member who does all of our communication sessions. Don invited him to speak to his class and was blown away by the presentation that he gave to his class. So I'm really looking forward to hearing his speech. Our next speaker is Robbie Pollock from the fall 2019 cohort. Robbie, the mic is yours.
Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am channeling Friday energy. Like, this is a party. I have my guitar behind me. I'm this close to pulling it out, but I'm trying to restrain myself. I want to make sure that I start out by shouting out Michael Seltzer. Thank you, Brian, for the wonderful introduction. Um, I it's a really funny thing, this leadership fellowship from New York Community Trust. Like Brian mentioned earlier, that nomination was a big deal for me at my organization. I work for PEN America, which is a human rights and organization that focuses on free speech. And I work specifically in their prison and justice writing department. And so I work with people who are kind of like the left out of society, people that people don't really feel bad about ordinarily. They're like, oh, they did something to end up there. So, I don't know. Um, and part of my change project with this group that I wasn't sure was even a good change project was I really wanted to see if we could integrate social justice issues across all avenues of our organization and see whatever I can do to make that happen. It felt like an ambitious and ridiculous task. And I was fall 2019 cohort member. So enter spring 2020 when the world blew up. And uh, I found everything I had ideated in as part of my change project and discussed with my mentor Baron Tenney as part of things I wanted to talk about and implement in our organization. All of a sudden, all of that planning and thought work turned into really important preparation for leading my organization amid a sea of chaos into coming together around racial justice and equity and what we can do about it and how we treat each other amidst the chaos. We held radical discussions, literally borrowed directly strategies that I learned in our World Cafe workshops, literally stole I jacked all of that and brought it to bear on our hurting uh, team members in our organization. And I was part of this cohort that really used the alumni chain. So it didn't die out during this period of COVID. I should have an agenda for this speech, but what I really wanted to reflect off the rip was gratitude at receiving the kind of training that isn't surface level, but goes so deep that when it's an emergency, like a well trained fighter, you're doing the right things. And it's more valuable than you think because when you're in a boardroom or a conference room and things are under pressure and your body goes into fight or flight, the things that come out are the things that are automatic and heuristic. And so what I didn't realize when we were there every Friday is that as we go around the room, as we do our mini presentations, as we talk to each other, as we work out little conflicts, as we build small teams, we're practicing, literally practicing the same skills that are going to take us to the next level of leadership. And that's not leadership for leadership's sake. In our cohort, we have people all across the sphere, like we mentioned, of we impact New York. We are a wave of how New York works, about how it serves the lowest of lowest people, about how we interface with the highest of highest per capita givers. And so we cross all the sections. We are New York. And I wish I had known that when I was a kid, how much the nonprofit space matters. Um, and so when we learn these things like I did, and when we're in a position to enact those changes, We're putting to use this unbelievable gift that we've been given by the New York Community Trust and by all of our incredible educators and facilitators. So, anyway, the other thing I wanted to say is that it's not easy. I don't know. I don't want any one of these people up here to front like, oh, yeah, yeah, it's so nice that we did this thing. It is not easy to come and focus while you're still worried about work and the deadlines and the things. And you're giving up that Friday. And I know it hurts. I know it hurts because you're worried about what your colleagues are saying and doing and having to do on your behalf. You're sneaking away on your phone and sending the little messages for the people who are under you who's supposed to do that thing that you can't do because you're there. It is hard. It is hard to focus. It is hard to learn all the material. It is hard to deal with the conflict amid the group. We are rubbing against people from different backgrounds. We're rubbing against people from with different identities and perspectives, and we're hashing it out in ways that we didn't have to. What we're learning more than anything else is alignment. And I can say for sure that the relationships and perspectives that I was able to encounter in the group has held me in great, great stead over the past several years. And so I won't take it too much further. I had some more really cool metaphors and some maybe impromptu poetry, but we'll leave that for another time, I think. I just really, really want to extra shout out Baron Tenney, who was my mentor, who still continues to call me and make sure I'm okay now. I don't know that I expected the level of real relationship that I would receive as part of this. And I think honestly, it's helped me maintain some of my sanity. Because this kind of work will burn you out, and having people who can hear you and understand where you're coming from with all their experience and share that with you is a miraculous gift. Okay. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say other than congratulations. We've all been on this ride together, and I am honored, honored, honored to share this fellowship with all of you. And thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Robbie.